Yeah, as they were in the charge sheet, count 1 of embezzlement is against Chris Obore. The particulars relate to the 5,253,100,000 shillings as I read. The alternative count
the investment has an
do it from the top. So count 1 of the indictment is in respect of Chris Obore. Its embezzlement contrary to section 18 of the Corruption Act. The particulars are that Chris Obore between January 2023 and May 2026 in the Parliament of Uganda, while employed as Director Communications and Public Affairs at the Parliament of Uganda, stole 5,253,100,000 shillings only, being the property of the employer, to which you had access by virtue of your office. The alternative count to that is causing financial loss contrary to section 19 of the Corruption Act. The particular and May 2026 in the Parliament of Uganda, Kampala, received 5,253,100,000 shillings for donations and corporate social responsibility activities of the Parliament of Uganda, which you did not implement, knowing or having reason to believe that this would cause financial loss to the government of Uganda. Count 2 is of embezzlement in respect of Adilo. The particulars are that Adilo Daniel, between January 2023 and May 2026, in the Parliament of Uganda, while employed as Director Human Resource at the Parliament of Uganda, stole 14,110,750,000, being the property of the employer to which you had access by virtue of your office. There's an alternative count to that, causing financial loss. The particulars are that Adilo Daniel, between January 2023 and May 2026, in the Parliament of Uganda, received 14,110,750,000 for donations and corporate social responsibility activities of the Parliament of Uganda, which you did not implement, knowing or having reason to believe that this would cause financial loss to the government of Uganda. Settlement in respect of Okema Leonard. The particulars are that Okema Leonard, between January 2023 and May 2026 in Parliament of Uganda, while employed as Executive Secretary in the Office of the Speaker of the Parliament of Uganda, stole 3,889,400,000 shillings, being the property of the employer to which you had access by virtue of your office. The alternative count is of causing financial loss. The particulars are that Okema Leonard, between January 2023 and May 2026 in Parliament of Uganda, received 3,889,400,000 shillings for donations and corporate social responsibility activities of the Parliament of Uganda, which you did not implement, knowing or having reason to believe that this would cause financial loss to the government of Uganda. Count 4, in respect of Rajab Kaya Semalulu, so the embezzlement contrary to Section 18 of the Anti-Corruption Act. The particulars are that between January 2023 and May 2026, in the Parliament of Uganda, while employed as Principal Research Officer at the Parliament of Uganda, stole 1,870,108 shillings, being the property of your employer, which you had access by virtue of your office. The alternate count to that is causing financial loss, contrary to Section 19 of the Anti-Corruption Act. The particulars are that Rajab Kaya Semalulu, between January 2023 and May 2026, in the Parliament of Uganda, received 1,870,108 for donations and corporate social responsibility activities of the Parliament of Uganda, which you did not implement, knowing or having reason to believe that this will cause financial loss to the government of Uganda. Count 5, in respect of Okwi Emmanuel Emron. Count 5 is of embezzlement contrary to Section 18 of the Anti-Corruption Act. The particulars are that Okwi Emmanuel Emron, between January 2023 and May 2026, in Parliament of Uganda, while employed as Principal Protocol Officer of the Parliament of Uganda, stole 1,105,000,000, being the property of your employer to which you had access by virtue of the office. The alternate count to that is causing financial loss contrary to Section 19 of the Anti-Corruption Act. The particulars are that Okwi Emmanuel Emron, between January 2023 and May 2026, the Parliament of Uganda received 1,105,000,000 for donations and corporate social responsibility activities of the Parliament of Uganda, which you did not implement, knowing or having reason to believe that this would cause loss to the government. Count 6 is in respect of Tebata incident. So the embezzlement contrary to Section 18 of the Anti-Corruption Act. The particulars are that between January 2023 and May 2026, the Parliament of Uganda, while employed as Capacity Development Officer at the Parliament of Uganda, stole 502,534,000, being the property of your employer, to which you had access by virtue of your employment. The alternate count to that is causing financial loss contrary to Section 18(1) of the Anti-Corruption Act. The particulars are that Otebata Vincent, between January 2023 and May 2026, in Parliament of Uganda, received 502,534,000 shillings for donations and corporate social responsibility activities of the Parliament, which you did not implement, knowing or having reason to believe that this will cause financial loss to the government of Uganda. Count 7 of false accounting by a public officer is in respect of Chris Obore. The particulars are that between January 2023 and May 2026 in Parliament of Uganda, while employed as Director Communications and Public Affairs at the Parliament of Uganda, being charged with the management of 2,578,000,000 for donations and corporate social responsibility activities, knowingly furnished false accountabilities for the same. Count 8 of money laundering in respect of Obore methods. Count 8 of money laundering under Section 119 and 139 of the Anti-Money Laundering Act. The particulars are that Obore methods between January 2023 and April 2026 at Uganda Parliamentary Cooperative Savings and Credit Society Limited, while employed as Chief Executive Officer of the said society, assisted Okema Leonard, Chris Ariko Obore, Adilo Daniel, Hayarajab Semalulu, and Otenita Vincent, all being employees of Parliament to benefit from known proceeds of crime disguised as personal loans or savings. Count 9, in respect of all the other accused persons of money laundering, contrary to Section 119 and 139 of the Money Laundering Act of 118. The particulars are that Okema Leonard, Obore, Ariko Chris, Adilo Daniel, Hayarajab Semalulu, Okwi and Otevata Vincent, between January 2023 and April 2026 at the Parliament of Uganda, while employed as Executive Secretary, Office of the Speaker, Director Communications and Public Affairs, Director Human Resource, Principal Research Officer, Principal Protocol Officer, and Capacity Development Officer, respectively, all of the Parliament of Uganda, jointly and severally acquired, possessed, used, and administered a total of 10,497,742,000 shillings, disguised as personal loans or savings, knowing at the time of receipt that this money was proceeds of crime. And this is the summary of the case. The Inspector of Government will adduce evidence at the trial to prove the following: that between 2023 and May 2026, A1, Mr. Chris Ariko Obore served as a public service as the Director of Communications and Public Affairs of the Parliament of Uganda. Mr. Dilo served as Director of Human Resource at the Parliament. Mr. Kema served as Executive Secretary to the Office of the Speaker. Mr. Rajab as Principal Research Officer at the Parliament of Uganda. Mr. Okwi served as Principal Protocol Officer, Parliament of Uganda. Mr. Otevata Vincent served as Capacity Development Officer at the Parliament of Uganda. And Mr. Obore Methods served in the Uganda Parliamentary Cooperative Savings Credit Society as the Chief Executive Officer. 2023 and May 2026, Mr. Chris Obore received a total of 5,253,100,000 for donations and corporate social responsibility activities of the Parliament of Uganda, but neither implemented the activities nor returned the money to Parliament. Mr. Adilo Daniel received 14,110,750,000 shillings for donations and corporate social responsibility activities of the Parliament of Uganda, but neither implemented the activities nor returned the money. Mr. Okema received 3,889,400,000 shillings for donations and corporate social responsibility activities, neither implemented the activities nor returned the money. That Mr. Rajab Kaya Semalulu received 1,870,108,000 shillings for donations and corporate social responsibility activities of the Parliament, but neither implemented them nor returned the money. That Mr. Okwi Emron received a total of $1,105,000,000 for donations and corporate social responsibility activities for Parliament of Uganda, but neither implemented the activities nor returned the money. Mr. Otebata received 502,534,000 shillings for fuel, subsistence allowance and transport refund for external participants in the Central Region's stakeholder engagement, but neither implemented the activities nor returned the money. Between 2023 and Obore, Mr. Adilo Daniel, Mr. Okema Leonard, Mr. Rajab Kaya Semalulu, Mr. Okwi Emmanuel Vincent, and Mr. Otevata Vincent, in their various capacities as employees of Parliament, received a total of 26,805,892,000 shillings for donations, corporate social responsibility and engagement activities of the Parliament of Uganda, but did not implement the activities, knowing or having reason to believe that their actions would cause financial loss to the government of Uganda, and indeed caused financial loss of that amount to the government of Uganda. In 2026, Mr. Chris Ariko Obore was charged with the management of $2,578,000,000 for donations and corporate social responsibility activities, but he knowingly furnished false accountabilities for the same. That Mr. Murebe Methods, in his capacity as Chief Executive Officer of the Parliamentary Circle, assisted Okema Leonard, Chris Ariko Obore, and Dilo Daniel, Rajab, and Otebata, all being employees of Parliament to benefit from known proceeds of crime disguised as personal loans or savings. That between 2023 and May 2026, Mr. Okema Leonard, Mr. Chris Obore, Mr. Adilo Daniel, Mr. Kaya Rajab Semalu, and Mr. Otebata Vincent were employed as Chief Executive Secretary, Communications and Public Affairs, a Director of Human Resource, Principal Research Officer, Capacity Development Officer, all at the Parliament of Uganda, jointly and severally acquired, possessed, used and administered a total of 10,497,742,000 disguised as personal loans or savings, knowing that at the time of receipt, this money was proceeds of crime. And the prosecution shall adduce witnesses from the following areas: Commission, in the Parliament of Uganda, the Parliamentary Circle, Bank of Uganda, Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Centenary Bank, Absa Bank, EFCU Bank, Stanbic Bank, Cairo Bank, Inspectorate of Government, Directorate of Government and Medical Laboratory, Uganda Police, all alleged beneficiaries from the districts of Okedia, Ngora, Umi, Serere, Kalisa, Mbale, Pole, Kitgum, Amuru, Agabo, Amdat, Amoria, Katakwi, Ulu, Moroto, Mukono, Kwe, Rakai, Arua, Koboko, Yumbe, Moyo, Adjumani, and Madi Okolo, Soroti, Apelabion, and any others with a leave of court. And the following documents shall be adduced at the trial: the employment documents for the accused persons, the approved budgets for the Parliamentary Commission for Vote 104, financial years 2022, 24-23 and 25-26. Requisitions which doubled as payment vouchers for the funds in issue. Accountabilities as attached by some payment vouchers. Personal loan agreements between the accused persons and the circle. Bank statements of the Parliamentary Commission's operations account, which is indicated as you find in indictment. Bank statement of the Parliamentary Circle. If missed payments, payment registers for the Parliamentary Commission for the financial years mentioned. Payment register for the Treasury single account of Parliament. Bank statement for the accused persons. Bank inspection orders, waste checks, correspondences from the Clerk of Parliament, loan documents from the Parliamentary Circle, request from Fred to Sarah dated 19th June 2026, a letter dated 20th July 2026 with a reference HQT CO 314224 from CPA Sarah Magola to Mr. Frederick Okech. Audit report in the file for investigations into the donations and corporate social responsibility expenditure of the Speaker. Audit report on the file for investigations into donations and corporate social responsibility expenditure of the Speaker of the 11th Parliament for the period 2023-26. Request for expert opinion dated 26th June 2026 for H Manager, Document Examiner of the Uganda Police. Accountability documents as presented by A1 and any other documents of the legal court. And upon that, the prosecution shall contend that you do not have a valid defense or lawful excuse to the charges, and they will pray to the court to convict you as charged. So with that, I hereby commit you to the High Court of 5, 8 of the court. I'll give this to you in 2 weeks. Give you 18 August. 18th of August. You will do state and council is to still, after here, check with the registrar, because sometimes you will fix a case and then you find that he prefers a certain date, just so that you So the summary is as follows. I can go to the summary. Summary is that police national
Bueno, weefuule kasi kwata bulungi njirina kyokka kandi badde ayagala gisumulula n'ebyenda byayo bijjemu kwata
nyini wano olwaleero katusuubira nti abavunaanibwa omusango gonna bagenda kujja okweyanjula ku babbeeyi kiki ekigenda mu maaso kiki ekiriwo.
Yes, abavunaanibwa 23 basaba bail ne baweebwa mu kkooti eno. Olwaleero tulinawo 22 kwa the Honorable Muwanga Kivumbi ali mu kkomera ekitalya. Twogedde n'omulamuzi wa kkooti eno ku nsonga eyo naawe ekiragiro nti adispensinze oba suspendinze requirement ey'okuba nti Honorable Muwanga Kivumbi reportinga mu kkooti eno okumala ebbanga lino lyonna ly'anaaba ng'akyali mu mikono gya prisons. So ekyo kitegeeza nti eyo ku bukwakulizo obwateekebwawo omulamuzi wa kkooti eno akazizza ebbali ku Muwanga Kivumbi naye abalala bonna bajja kuba nga baripotinga buli mwezi okutandika olwaleero. Era bonna 22 bali wano ku kkooti tulinze registrar kutuyita munda kulaba nti abexamininga nti bonna we bali. Yes, one of the conditions atalibuulira
Owa BBS cancel file digital first.
Yes, among the conditions upon which the Honorable Muwanga Kivumbi and 22 others were granted bail were to report before the National Crimes Division of this court once every month, starting 10th of August, which is today. So the 22 have appeared today, but court has dispensed with the appearance of the Honorable Muwanga Kivumbi for as long as is still on remand or in prison, since it takes judicial notice that he cannot appear under such circumstances. So that means the 22 will keep on appearing like they have done today in satisfaction of that condition of bail. But we expect the Honorable Muwanga Kivumbi tomorrow in Butambala for further hearing of his bail application, specifically the response or reply by the state which is opposing his bail application.
And so what is your take on the issue of saying that this case the court starts the hearing of the case?
Yes, as it is part of the bail decisions on bail, court was very clear that if this matter, effective the date when bail was granted, does not proceed to the hearing stage within 1 year, this court will have to review the terms or conditions of bail. So court already took notice or judicial notice of the fact that this file is lagging or lacking on all requirements for it to be committed here for trial. But on the 22nd, we are going back to Tambala for purposes of the state appearing either to adjourn or to commit these people for trial. So we await the 20th to see if the state is ready for trial.
How set are you as defense legal team to see that these people are tried and everything is done?
You know, ours is just to respond. If you have a state, the onus or proof, or onus of proof is on the state. It's not ours. Ours is to defend our clients. We've always told you we have a file which has no statement whatsoever. So it is just a rare case that doesn't have any evidence It is simply a holding charge. We are here on a holding charge. There is no evidence whatsoever. We've not seen the state or Soko even go on the scene of crime. At least we would have seen a Soko going to the Honorable Mwanga Chivumbi's home in Butambala, but that we've not seen any such investigations. We are sure the state is not ready even to commit this matter come 20th of this month when we go to Butambala. Uganda nekisagedde kyenkya. Olunaku lw'enkya tuli Butambala, Honorable Mwanga Kivumbi asuubira okuleetebwa kubanga omuwaabi wa gavumenti yasalawo okuwakanya okusaba kwe okuteebwa kakalu ka kooti. Naawe olunaku lw'enkya okuleeta okuwozaako kwe ng'awakanya okwemya. Naffe okukubira kwaffe tusuubira enkya kooti isobola n'okusalawo oba emuta kakalu ka kooti oba nedda. Ennaku z'omwezi nga 2 tusuubira okuddayo e Butambala okulaba oba omuwaabi wa gavumenti yeetegese musango gwa bonna 25 oba yeetegese okutandika okukozesa kooti okutandika okukozesa omusango guno oba nedda ng'eweereza fayiro mu kooti enkulu. Tunajjukira nti bano bonna bali ku bail, naye mu nsalawo ya mulamuzi wa kooti eno enkulu yatunuulira fayiro n'agirabamu ebirumira era n'asinziira ku fayiro engeri gyefaananamu n'alagira omuwaabi wa gavumenti nti bw'aba mu mwaka guno okuva lwe yasalawo nga omuwaabi wa gavumenti tannaba kwetegeka kuteeka fayiro eno kulaba nti abantu batandika okukozesebwa, kooti egenda kuwa ebiragiro ebirala era obuyinza ebulina ku fayiro eno. Otagenda fayiro eno tefaanana fayiro. Tulina fayiro okutali statement ya muwawaabirwa n'omu. Honorable Mwanga Kivumbi bamubuuza ku nsonga za incitement okuma omuliro mu bantu, yatuka mu kooti ne bamuteekako ogwa terrorism oba ogw'obutujju. Bano abalala 24 baali babateeka dda mu kkomera ku musango ne statement ez'okwonoona ebintu era n'okukuma omuliro mu bantu. Kati eyo fayiro yaggalwawo, kitegeeza bonna 24 tebalina statement n'emu mu fayiro empya. Ng'ovudde ku ky'okubutabaawo na statement n'emu, webagamba ewaali omusango gwazzibwa abantu okufa, tewali poliisi yali ezzeeyo ku scene na ku site kubaako kyenoonyereza. Mu nkola ya bulijjo ffe mu mateeka twandisuubidde waakiri Soko yandigenze n'akuba ebifaananyi by'ebituli by'amasasi, ebifaananyi by'omusaayi n'ebirala ng'ebiri. Ate mukimanyi kaakati gye tuyita crime scene kaakati tekyalinga bwe yali luli. Bw'oba ebyo byonna nga tobirabye mu mateeka, kitegeeza gavumenti terina bujulizi bwonna kaakati bweyinza kweyambisa mu fayiro eno. Kyekyo lwaki tetwewuunya tennaba kuba neeteefuteefu kubeera nti etandika okukozesa omusango guno kuba terina bujulizi wadde obutandikirwako. So tusuubirawo kipya n'ennaku z'omwezi 2 zigenda kutuuka weesange ng'era tebali ready kubanga tebalina kwe bayinza kwesigama kutandika kuwuliriza musango guno. Naye ekirungi kooti eno yasalawo nti wayitawo omwaka nga fayiro ekyafaanana ngeri gyefaananamu, kuba bw'eba egaba bbeere etunuulira fayiro, bw'eba fayiro ekyalinga bwe yali, kooti yali kiriya mu mwaka gumu egenda kuwa ebiragiro ebirala ku fayiro eno.
Mwenga abawolereza abasibe mweteesa n'okubawolereza
mu musango nga guno, naddala kwe tugamba nti nno abasibe tebalina musango. Naddala Honorable Mwanga Kivumbi tosobola muteekako musango gwa kutta abantu be. Ffe mu mbeera ya bulijjo kye lwaki amateeka gagamba nti olina okukola kye bayita disclosures. Ffe okutandika okweteekateeka nga oludda oluwoleza abawawaabirwa, weeteekateeka kusinziira ku bujulizi bwe bakuwadde, nti gwe okwewozaako okwe kusinziira ku bujulizi bwe bakuwadde mu disclosures. Naye okuba nti nno okuva twatandika kaakati tuli mu mwezi gwa 8 nga tetufunangayo kawandiiko n'akamu kasonga ku bujulizi ku bantu bano, kitegeeza tetuna kyakwetegekera okujjako kwongera kusindiikiriza gavumenti nagisaba nti abantu bwe mwakwatira obwereere mwandibadde mu mbata kubanga tebalina musango era temulina bujulizi buyinza na kutandika musango ogwo. balina kubeera ku ssomero actually that is our argument. Balina kubeera ku ssomero, balina kubeera kutambala kati basasulira bwereere.
Ekumi n'ababiri abiragako abavubuka owabakadde n'owabakazi ate abakazi abakadde bavubuka n'abalema bakumi n'ababiri abakyako
Emmanuel M7 Otebata Vincent S7 Otebata Vincent. Your Honor, for the record, contact. So Your Honor wanted it to be on record that I'm no longer in personal contact for that matter for A6.
Mr. Mlebe Methods. I'm Serwada Angozos, appearing together with my land friend Semugera Ronald for A.
So Your Honor wanted it to be on record that I'm no longer in personal contact for that matter for A6.
Mr. Mlebe Methods. I'm Serwada Angozos, appearing together with my land friend Semugera Ronald for A.
Becomes A6 of indictment. Mr. Mlebe Methods becomes A7.